Gloria Liebecker here with Healing You. Moving a human from trauma to healing requires the restructuring of emotional response. Both primary and secondary process emotions, conscious and preconscious, must be engaged and soothed. It's the regulation of the sensitive limbic region of the brain. This must come in the form of new experiences. The experience of the limbic neuroplasticity, the laying down of new neural pathways and responses. Oh, it was deeply and beautifully expressed by a client in the following testimonial by, with permission, Rhoda Ingstad. And I quote, "Wow, what an eventful journey I have been on since my healing session with Horse. During my session, I couldn't tell what was going on in my head or body. In the session, you made the observation that the horse was making the greatest amount of expressions, licking, chewing, and yawning, etc., during my session. I was not aware of that. Yet afterwards, I felt that my whole chest area was cleared of tension and angst. It made no sense to me. While I was laying in my bed that night, I kept trying to figure out what had happened. But finally, I realized it was totally right brain and preverbal. It was then that I experienced a guttural sigh from the deepest part of my body. In your next group class, while I was trying to figure out what to share about my experience, I started having huge muscle spasms in my back that shook my whole body. My back is where I've stored my entire trauma. I had at least 6 of those huge spasms. I felt a huge shift and knew it was a continuation from my session with Horse. I was still without words to explain it. Then, when later talking to my empathy buddy, I realized that the healing was all preverbal traumas and felt a great sense of relief. I felt forgiveness from my mother. I felt an openness all through the core of my body. Now, when I breathe, it feels like my breath goes all the way down to my toes. The knots in my back have continued to release and go away. My words are coming back, which is a huge healing and relief. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for this experience. Even though my left brain couldn't understand how being with a horse could facilitate healing. I was doubtful anything could come from this, and yet it was the most powerful and deepest healing I had had. The healing relied on the environment, your skill and awareness with the Black Horse's resonance. With love and gratitude, Rhoda." End quote. Limbic resonance gives an equine facilitated experience much of its magic. In the Healing with Horses model of equine facilitated psychotherapy and learning, the horses are recognized as sentient partners who are able to be in choice and communicate their opinions with a sophisticated limbic viewpoint. Each session allows a rich exploration of the shared emotion between client and a horse. Emotion involves all of the brain, and via the automatic nervous system, the physical sensations of emotional states are felt by horse and human alike. Horses have large and sensitive guts and hearts, and are much larger resonant surfaces for receiving and responding to emotional information. There are 3 stages of limbic neuroplasticity between mammals. First, they create a limbic bond or connection, becoming curious about and engaged by each other. It's resonance. Second, they build mutual understanding and shared communication through the challenges, which is regulation. And third, they experience a smooth partnership through an attached relationship, which is limbic revision. By observing closely the relationship the client builds with the horse, then we are able to see the subcortical or preconscious levels of process that are occurring in the relationship. We also glimpse the patterns that are below conscious awareness in human relationships for the client. Horses often mirror the suppressed emotion and release when a human recognizes a feeling they're experiencing in the moment. And this brings the client back into congruence, even if they're still feeling the emotion. The moment their authentic feelings are known, the horse will sigh, lick its lips, yawn, or roll their eyes. These are signals that an energetic release has taken place. Limbic revision does not just change our feelings or thoughts about relationship. It literally changes the brain, creating new neural pathways, which can only be born from new experiences. Such is the power of horses bonding hearts with a human. Are you ready to step in with horse? You can have that opportunity today. You can find out by clicking the link below at healingyoursanctuary.com. Thanks for being on the journey with me here today. Healing you.